Good morning students. Today I am going to teach you another very important part of relation and function. So let me start. Learning outcome. In this module we are going to learn about functions, domain, codomain and range of a function. Different type of functions. So we know that if we have domain and if we have codomain, then all the value of domain is equal to x and all the value of codomain is equal to y. If all element of x related to y, then we say that this is the order pair. In the order pair, the symbol is x comma y, where x is domain and y is the codomain. Now the next is function. A function f from a set A to a set B is a special relation in which every element of set A has unique image in set B. If this is the set A and this is the set B, if all the elements of set A are unique, then we say that this is the function. Otherwise, this is not a function. The function f from A to B is denoted by f A to B, where all the elements of A is domain and all the elements of B is codomain. If f of A equal to B, then B is called the image of A under F and A is called the pre-image of B under F. If we have domain and codomain, then the image of domain is called codomain and image of codomain is called domain. In the following diagram, which of the relations are functions? We know that in the relation we use order pair. If it is in the form of 1 1, many one and one many, then for the many one and one many, this is not a function. For the one one, this is the function. So this is the domain and this is the codomain. In the domain we have three elements A, B and C, and in the codomain we have three elements 1, 2 and 3. We know that A is related to 1, B is related to B, but C is not related to 3. Then we say that this is not a function. Now, next is, this is A, this is B, this is C. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. This is the domain, this is the codomain. We know that A is related to 1, B is related to 2 and B is related to 3 and 3 is left in the domain part. Then we say that if the function have not pair of all elements, then this is not a function. So order pair is A, 1, B, 2, B, 3, but C is left, then we say that this is not a function. Now in the third part, A is related to 1, B is related to 2, C is related to 3. We can say that all the elements are used in this situation, and the second part is, this is many one, this is many one. When we have many one position, then we say that this is the function, but for the one many, this is not a function. So this is one many, this is not a function. This is many to one, so this is the function. This is 1 1, but one element is left, then this is not a function. Now the next example is A is related to 2, B is related to 2, C is related to 2. Then what is the position? This is the many one. This is the 1. Order pairs are a comma 2, b comma 2, c comma 2. Then we said it, this is the function. Now a, b, c in the domain and 1, 2, 3 in the codomain. B is related to 1, B is related to 2, B is related to 3. In this part, this is called many one, and in this part, we said that this is one to many. One to many is not a function, but many to one is a function. Now in the last, A is related to 1, B is related to 2, C is related to 3. Then we say that this is not many one, this is not one to many, this is the 1 1. This is the condition of 1 1. Order pairs are A comma 1, B comma 2 and C comma 3. Then we say that in the first two part, this is not a function, but in the last part this is 1 1, so this is the function. Types of function. First is identity. When we put the value of x, then we find value of y. If we put one value, we find one value, then we say that we find a identity function. For the 0, we find 0. For the 2, we find 2. For the 4, we find 4. All elements are unique, different to each other. So this is the identity function. This is x equal to y, y equal to x. All the value of x we find equal value in y. So this is the identity function. The function f R to R, where R is the real number. What is the meaning of real number? All the number on the number line is called real number. This is 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, root 2, root 3. All the numbers are called real number. By y equal to f of x. This is the equation. This is the curve. This is the curve. Where x is the real number is called the identity function. Domain equal to range. We know that in the identity x is equal to y, x is domain and y is range. Then we say that domain equal to range. So the graph is a straight line. If x is equal to y, then we say that this is the straight line. It passes through the horizon, because for x equal to 0, we find y equal to 0. Now the next is constant function. Constant means if we put all the values of x, we find similar value in y. If we put 2, we find same value of y. If we put 4, we find same value in y. We put 6, we find same value in y. We put 8, we find same value in y. So this is the similar function, and second name is constant function. If the values in this design, then we say that this is the identity function, this is the similar function, this is the constant function. The function f R to R. R to R means real number to real number. Then we say that defined by y equal to f of x, where f of x equal to c. C means constant. We know that equation of line is equal to ax plus by plus c, where c is constant and b also constant. Where c is a constant is called constant function. Domain equal to R and range equal to c. What is the domain? Domain, when we put all the values of x, real number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the values are called domain. So, domain equal to R. But when we put real number, then we find a constant value. If we put 2, we find same value. 4, find same value 6, find same value. So we can set it for all the values we find a constant value. So this is the constant function. Now the next is polynomial function. We know that what is the meaning of polynomial. A function f R2R defined by f of x equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2 x square plus in the last n x power n. This is the polynomial in the n terms. Where n is a non-negative integers, this is the power, and power is in the positive value. And a0, a1, a2, a3 and an is called a polynomial function. Now, the function f of x equal to x plus b is called a linear function. But why? We know that in the linear function, if the power of variable is equal to 1, then we say that this is the linear function. In the linear function, the curve is in the design of a straight line. So, f of x equal to x plus b is called a linear function. The function f of x equal to x square plus bx plus c. We know that the variable is x, the highest power is equal to 2. When the highest power of variable is equal to 2, then we say that this is the quadratic function and quadratic polynomial. If the highest power of variable is equal to 3, then we say that this is the cubic polynomial. Okay? Where a, b and c are real number. Graph of some polynomial function. First is linear function. We know that linear equation is in the form of ax plus by plus c. If the power of variable is equal to 1, then we say that this is the linear equation. So, draw the graph of f of x equal to x plus 10. We know that power of x is equal to 1. Then this is the linear equation. And in the linear equation, linear is defined by line. You are noted that linear is defined by line. So for the linear function, we find a straight line. So when we put x equal to 0, we find 10. When we put x equal to 0, we find 10. For the x equal to 0, we find value of y equal to 10. So on the x-axis, what is the name of x-axis? Is horizontal line. And this is the y-axis. This is called vertical line. So on the y-axis, the value of x equal to 0, and in the x-axis, the value of y equal to 0. So for the x equal to 0, we use this line. We find 10, and where is the 10? This is 10. So this is the point of 0, 10. Now, if the f of x equal to 0, then we find x equal to minus 10. F of x equal to y. Where is the y0? Y0 on the x-axis. On the x-axis, the value of y equal to 0. So we find x equal to minus 10. This is the straight line. Straight line used with the 2 points. Now the next is quadratic function. We know that what is the meaning of quadratic. If the power of variable is equal to 2, then we say that this is the quadratic function. So draw the graph of f of x equal to y x square, f of x equal to y equal to x square. in the quadratic function, we use y equal to x squared. This is the design of parabola. So, draw the graph of f of x equal to x squared. We know that when we use the power is equal to 2, then this is not a straight line. This is in the curved shape. So, this is the quadratic function. Now, cubic function. If the highest power of variable is equal to 3, then we say that this is the cubic polynomial. So, draw the graph of the function f of x equal to x raised to 3, where x is the real number, x is the domain. What is the meaning of domain? The all values of x is called domain. This is the diagram of y equal to x cube. When we put x equal to 0, we find y equal to 0. Now, rational function. What is the meaning of rational? If all the numbers are in the form p upon q, where q not equal to 0 is called rational number. So, a function f r to r is said to be rational function if f of x equal to g of x upon h of x. Both are integers, where g of x and h of x are polynomials, function of x where h of x not equal to 0. Similar, all the numbers are in the form p upon q, where q not equal to 0 is called rational function. Example, f of x equal to x plus 3 upon x minus 4. It is equal to 0 when we put x equal to 4, 4 minus 4 equal to 0, then we say that x not equal to 4. For x equal to 4, this is undefined number. Now, the modulus function. Modulus means if we use negative value, we find positive value. If we use positive value, we find positive value. So, the function f r to r defined by f of x equal to mod of x. This is the symbol of mod. For real, each x element of real number. This is the sign of element. Is called modulus function. It means f of x equal to y equal to mod of x. We put negative value, then we find positive value. If we use positive value, then we find positive value. In all the conditions, we find value of y always be positive. So, we know that this is in the positive side, this is in the negative side. So, all the values, all the graphs are in the positive side for the modulus function. Now, segment function. Segment function means the function f r to r defined by f of x equal to 1, 0 and minus 1 in the three conditions. First is if x is greater than to 0. We know that if the value of x is greater than to 0, then we say that this is the positive value. If the value of x less than to 0, then we find a negative value. So, if the x is greater than to 0, then we find 1. If x is less than to 0, we find minus 1. And for the x equal to 0, we find 0. For the segment function, we use an integer value. So, for the x equal to 0, we find 0. For the x greater than to 0 is 1. X is greater than to 1, we find 2, 3, 4 in the stepwise condition. Is called the segment function. For the segment function, domain equal to r and range equal to minus 1 to 1, not minus 1 to 0. This is minus 1 to 1. Now, greatest integers function. The function f R2R defined by f of x equal to, this is the sign of greatest integer function. If we use 0.1, then we use 1. If we have 0.2, we find 1, and for the 1.2 we find 2. What is the greatest integer in the upper side? The function f R2R defined by f of x equal to x, where x is the real number, but on the real number we use in plus value, minus value, point value, rational number, irrational number, all the numbers. But in this condition we use only integers. So here x denoted the greatest integer less than or equal to x. For example, minus 2.8. What is the integer value near of minus 2.8 is equal to minus 3 in the lower side. For the 2.8, what is the value near of 2.8 in the lower side? This is 2. For greatest integer function, domain R and range Z. It means for the 0 we use 0, for the 1 we use 1, for the 1.1 we use 1, for 1.2 we use 1, 1.3 we use 1, 1.9 we use 1, and for the 2 we use 1. In the next, for 2.1 we use 2, 2.2 we use 2, for 3 we use 2, for 3.1 we use 3. So this is the integer 1, 2, 3, in similar minus 1, minus 2 and minus 3. This is called greatest integer function. What we have learned today? First is function. What is the meaning of function? A function f from a set A to a set B is a special relation in which every element of set A has unique image in set B. It means if we have domain and if we have codomain, if all the elements of domain are different to each other, it means unique, then we said that this is the function, otherwise not a function. A is the called the domain. First value in the order pair always we call domain, and the second value in the order pair is always called codomain and range. So P is the codomain of F. What is the meaning of range? If we put the value of x, then we find the value of y. Then all the values of y is called range. So the range of the function is the set of images. A real function has the set of real number or one of its subset both and its domain and as its range. Real function. If we put the real value in x, then we find a real value in y. So domain is real, codomain is real, then the both function is called a real function. Now, one example is find the domain and range of the following linear function. First is f of x equal to minus mod of x. We know that what is the meaning of mod. If we put negative value, we find positive. For the positive value, we find positive. But this is not minus mod of x. This is minus mod of x. Then we put positive value, we find negative value. We use negative value, we find negative value, because this is the minus sign. So first is f of x equal to minus mod of x. For x element of R, if we put x greater than to 0, then we find a negative value. If we put negative value, then we find a negative value, because this is the negative sign. Since f of x is defined for x element of R, the domain of f is R. We put the value of x is the real find domain is also a real number. It can be observed that the range of f of x equal to minus mod of x is all the real numbers, positive real numbers. It means all negative number are real number, all positive number are real number. So this is the positive real numbers. The range of f is 0 to minus infinity. We know that if we put negative value, we find negative. For the positive value, we find positive. So last value is called minus infinity. So this is minus infinity to 0. Next is f of x equal to under root 9 minus x square. In the function, always we find a real value, not imaginary value. What is the meaning of imaginary value? In the chapter number 5, complex number, we find that if a number in the square root is negative, then it's called a imaginary number. So this is negative for the value of 4. Check this. 9 minus 4 square. 4 square equal to 16. 16 is greater than to 9. Then you find that this is the imaginary value. So this is possible for real number if the value of x is minus 3 to 3. Since under root 9 minus x square is defined for all real numbers that are greater than or equal to minus 3. For the minus 3 and 3, this is the 0 and 0 is the real number. 2 minus 3 and less than or equal to 3, we find a real number. For the 2, 9 minus 4 is equal to 5. This is real number. So f of x is x minus 3 to 3. This is the domain. When we put the value x, we say that this is the domain. So domain is minus 3 to 3. For any value of x such that minus 3 to 3, the value of f of x will lie between 0 and 3. When we put 0, we find 3. When we put 3, we find 0. It means all the values are inside to 0 and 3. So 0 and 3 is range and all the value of x is called domain. For any value of x such that minus 3 to 3, the value of f of x will lie between 0 and 3. The range of f of x is 0 to 3. Now the next is the function t, which maps temperature in degree Celsius into temperature in Fahrenheit, is defined by t of c equal to 9c upon 5 plus 32. This is the condition 9c upon 5 plus 32. Find t0, t28, t minus 10 and the value of c when t of c equal to 212. First is t0. What is the meaning of t0? This is tc. This is t0. C is equal to 0. When we put c equal to 0, then this term equal to 0 and we find only 32. So this is the value 32 when we put x equal c equal to 0. When we put c equal to 28, then we find t of c equal to 412 upon 5 and when we put minus 10, we find the value is equal to 14. So all values are different to each other and all values are real number. So we can say that this is the function. Now in the last, the value of c when t of c equal to 212. 212 means 212 equal to 9c upon 5 plus 32. It means 9c upon 5 equal to 212 minus 32. 212 minus 32 equal to 180. 180 multiplied by 5, then we find 900. And 900 say that when we put real number, we find real number, it means this is the function. Okay students, thank you for watching this video. This is very important part in 11th class. Thank you.